We have more drama in the Big Ten Conference this offseason. Minnesota head football coach PJ Fleck is being accused of creating a toxic environment within the Minnesota football program. And this news comes out the day before he and a few player representatives are scheduled to speak at Big Ten Media Days. An article was released earlier about how a former Minnesota player detailed the allegations of PJ Fleck creating a cult-like environment within the Minnesota football program. He mentioned something about Fleck Bucks, which were given out to players that PJ Fleck felt like did good deeds, such as community service or staying later to pray to God and Jesus with him. These Fleck Bucks were used for players to redeem and cash out on avoiding consequences for positive 4-letter word that starts with the fourth letter of the alphabet test, which I'm sure they are tests we are all familiar with, or that we know what I mean by that. Another thing is it's alleged that PJ Fleck, he would make the team give him a standing ovation when he walked into the room, and if he felt like the ovation wasn't good enough to his liking and satisfaction, he would keep doing it until he was satisfied. Which, I'm going to be honest, if that is true, he's more of a narcissist than Deion Sanders. And you could argue that Deion Sanders is still the biggest narcissist in college football, but he's more of a narcissist than Deion Sanders, if this whole thing is true, because I have not heard anything about Deion Sanders doing that. And he was also obsessed with players bulking up and gaining weight, which I feel like is reasonable until you find out that he allegedly forced a player to drink 3 protein shakes before leaving practice. And another accusation was he would force players to perform strenuous exercises as punishment, which is not allowed by the NCAA. And these workouts, they would make players sick. It would make them nauseous. But just before, less than 24 hours ago, PJ Fleck was just known as a nice, humble, and Christian man. But with these new accusations, he's probably, in all likelihood, nothing but an absolute narcissist. A man that is egotistical and has a massive ego. As I said a moment ago, to reiterate that, more of a narcissist than Deion Sanders, perhaps. So, is Minnesota still going to be in attendance for Big Ten Media Days? I am on the edge of my seat waiting to find out. As day one of Big Ten Media Days, I was on the edge of my seat because I wanted to hear from David Braun to see what he had to say, because it was going to be the first public statement from anyone affiliated with Northwestern since the hazing allegations came out. And this just adds more drama to the Big Ten this offseason. In the last 3 to 4 weeks, I might add, the Northwestern hazing allegations, Jim Harbaugh lying and withholding information to the NCAA regarding a recruit, the whole Nebraska volleyball fiasco, and now this with Minnesota. It honestly makes you wonder what's going to happen next with the Big Ten, as we still have, I believe it's 5 weeks until the season begins. So, what's going to be the next piece of drama from the Big Ten Conference? I'm on the edge of my seat, waiting to find out.